What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Art of Dating, where I usually talk about life and relationships with people, because that's really what life's about, and it's an art to this shit, right? But life is about relationships with people. It's about other things, but that's one of the biggest things: relationships, networking, meeting people, talking to people, building relationships with people to help take your life to the next level, to invest in your future. You know what I'm saying? Um, so today I'm gonna talk about something a little different um, than dating, relationships. Um, Today I'm gonna talk about street dudes. I'm gonna talk about today's topic. Stop letting the streets guide you. I feel that this is an important video for me to make because it's a lot of dudes that are still letting the streets guide them. They're not really living correctly. And if that's what you want to do, then this video ain't for you. But if this video is for the people that want to live a better life, people that want to do something more with themselves than just live or die by the streets, you know what I mean? Or go to jail, because that's really all that you could end up. So I've yet to really hear a video from somebody from a perspective like this, right? So you can follow me on my new Instagram, on my Instagram _Billy the Boy. I don't tell people my real name on here because I know that if I was to do that, people will be quick to go look me up and basically try to devalue and I don't really know the word, but like devalidate if that's even a word, what I've done. The research that I've done. I've done a lot of research in relationships, human nature, communication. I've learned a lot in these fields: dating, relationships. I've talked about this before. Years of experience of just learning. Getting taught, getting coached. So I know what I'm talking about, but it'll be people that don't like what you're saying, and they'll actually will go look your name up and find some dirt that they could say on your name and basically try to say, I don't know what I'm talking about because this dude's a criminal, or he has a criminal past, or hey, isn't this you? You know what I'm saying? So I've had this happen before. So that's why when I started my channel, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and this is my name. Follow me _Billy the Boy. You know what I mean? Because I really wanted to be Billy the Kid, but I couldn't find an Instagram name for that. So it's all good. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to say, it's a lot of people. If you have a criminal past, you can get past it. Don't be defined by a criminal past. A criminal past doesn't make you who you are today. You can still become somebody. You could still do something with your life. You could still help the world. You could still be a great you could be an entrepreneur, a great employee. You can have businesses. I mean, you could do anything you want, damn near anything you want in the world still, even as even if you have felonies, you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of things you can do. You can get felonies removed. You could get them expunged. You know what I mean? There's processes to do these things, of course, with the court, but there's things you can do, so I don't, and then you have dudes that say, well, all I know is the streets. I was raised by the streets. But yeah, but you don't have to still stay there. You don't got to still stay there. That's just an excuse at that point. So like I said, I thought I'd make a video on people being misled by what people are calling real, because all that really means is being tough. I hear a lot of people say, oh, real nigga this, real nigga that. Yeah, but are you really saying, like, the definition of a real nigga to most of you guys, or a real person, is somebody that's tough? And I'm tired of that being the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Being a real dude, a real person, to me, means somebody that is genuine, somebody that's honest, somebody that can handle their business. They go to work. They're working 60 hours a week, 40 hours a week, 80 hours a week. somebody that can pay their bills every month. They don't have to ask somebody because they're needing help with their bills. That's a real person to me. Somebody that could take care of their family. Not somebody willing to go rob somebody, somebody willing to go shoot somebody, somebody willing to beat somebody up or bully somebody, because that's what most of y'all be doing. Most of y'all say, oh, I'm a real nigga, but no, you're not. You're just a real bully. You just try to, and mind you, most of the people that say shit like this, they're really just bullies. They get to talking to you and they try to, like, you know what I mean? Like, they try to bully you. You ain't bullying me. You're not bullying me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can be a real dude and just not get bullied. You could be a real dude and be cool with people. So I'm going to give you some ways. Because some people's question is going to be, okay, well, I've been in the streets all this time. All I know is the streets. How can I stop letting the streets guide me, right? That's a good question, right? So I'm going to tell you. Right? So they're not in order. What I really should have did was put these in order. I realized it after. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you down the breakdown of the list that I have, right? So you're going to have to figure out how to put these in order, basically. But a couple things you're going to have to do, right? You're going to have to cut off toxic people, period. That's going to be friends. That's going to be family. That's going to be relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, anybody that ain't working, anybody that is still street, still living street, still doing little shit that you know they shouldn't be doing, you're gonna have to cut those people completely off. They got to go. They can't be half-ass around. They have to go, period. Flat, period. Another thing you got to do, you yourself has to stop all street activity. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't be doing shit like that. You have to cut it all out. You have to stop all street activity. Anything that you're doing, anything that's even selling a little weed. You might be thinking, oh, I'm just selling a little weed. It ain't really nothing. That's still street activity. It's still street activity because you got to think about it like this. Who's your clientele that you're selling weed to? And I know you ain't no damn millionaire selling no weed. I know you ain't no dispensary owner and shit like that. You just, most likely you're a small time weed dealer. I know plenty of them. So, you know what I'm saying? I know that, and they still got jobs. So the weed ain't taking them out the hood. So, you know what I mean? You can really make that at your job, to keep it real. You might as well be smoking that, is how I look at it, to be honest. Unless you're doing it on like a big scale, you know what I mean? Which most people aren't. So, but like I was saying, you got to look at it. Who's your clientele? People that are doing drugs. How do I know they're doing drugs? Because they're already smoking weed. That's a drug. So they're doing drugs, and they're most likely doing other drugs too. Pills, coke, all type of other shit. You know what I mean? Do you really want somebody like that you're selling weed to? You know? You know what type of people come around when you sell drugs? Robbers, thieves, gang members, shooters, just negative people, negative street people, junkies. You know what I'm saying? People that you don't want around you. And really, it just really puts you in a negative environment. Think about it. You start selling a little bit of weed, puts you ain't making enough, so you probably start to sell a little bit of coke, a little bit of pills, a little bit of this, a little bit of that shit. You might fully bump up to crack or something, heroin or dope or something, like meth. You know what I mean? So now you're really around suspect, sketchy ass people up at different hours, and you're just scrounging for some money. It ain't really like no real money. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. So you're going to have to stop all the street activity, no matter what you think it is. You got to stop it. Another thing is, if you're doing drugs, you got to quit drugs. Drugs are street activity too. You're buying drugs from somebody, other people coming, like I'm just saying, you're putting yourself in positions and around people that are not in a right headspace because they're doing drugs. So you need to stop doing drugs. I had my experiences with drugs, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Damn near, honestly, the worst things I ever have done have been off drugs. I haven't just been sober and just go do some crazy shit, or be with somebody actually and they do some crazy shit. Because I'm gonna keep it real, like, I never been too crazy. I mean, I've done some crazy shit, but I ain't never been too crazy like to just do some extra wild shit. But still, see, I'm on drugs, putting myself around somebody that's on drugs, and this person, yeah, my people that I'm with probably might do some crazy ass shit, and I'm just drugged out just there. You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. You know, and that can happen. Now you put yourself in a bad place. Now you're facing a whole case possibly. So you see how that just went from doing a little bit of drugs and you think you're chilling with somebody, they do some shit that you really might not even know they're gonna do, and next thing you know, you hemmed up over some shit. Or you're probably into it too with them, or whatever the case. I don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? Everybody got their own situation, but the thing is drugs, period, they shouldn't be around you. They really shouldn't be around you like that. You know, you want to smoke a little bit of weed. It's like, okay, I never really had an issue. I smoke, you know what I mean? I never really had an issue with people that just smoke a little bit of weed themselves. But now you can start to get into selling it and shit like that. It's like, you know, that's where stuff starts to kind of get out of hand. So, drugs, I think all drugs really should go out of your life, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It just makes things better. I've had my little instances. I smoked weed before, but the thing is, you know, over the long run, and also it is kind of like a gateway too. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really just jump into doing drugs and shit like that. I started smoking weed first, and then I got tired of the weed because it kind of got boring. And then I started doing drugs, and then I realized, like, wow, I really just went too far. Like, let me just not do, you know, I got to quit this stuff. So had to give that up. Had to, you know, thank God I didn't ever do nothing too crazy to where I'm like fully addicted to some crazy ass drug or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got to stay away from things. You know, you got to stay away from drugs. That's a big one. You got to change your life. That's a given. You know, if you're stopping drugs, if you're stopping hanging out with toxic people, then you're already on the route to changing your life. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean change your life, really, what I'm trying to tell you is to find a purpose in life. Figure out a reason that you're here. Why am I here? What do I want out of life? What can I do to improve my life? What is my purpose that I'm here? That's what you really need to figure out, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what you really should be focused on, like 100% of the time. 90 to 100% of the time is your purpose. Then you give little percentages to that other shit. But your purpose should be the biggest thing you're worried about, not relationships. Relationships is very important, by the way, but your purpose is even more important than that, because you need to have your purpose in line first. Then you start going and networking and building relationships based off your purpose. You get it? So find your purpose is one of the biggest things. I can't stress that enough. Find goal-oriented friends. So remember when I said you got to cut off those negative friends that are most likely, they're probably going to be the gang member type. They're probably going to be junkies, losers, not going nowhere with their lives. They're going to be people. These are the type of people you need to cut out of your life. These are the type of people that when you meet, it's like, okay, we're cool. You met them, but you don't want to bring them in your real personal life, because they don't really, there's no reason for them to be in your real personal life, because they're just gonna bring your shit more down because they're toxic. You know, you gotta, and you remember, you're on the verge of building your life, not deflating it with the same type of dumbass people. Now, this is the thing. Goal-oriented friends that have goals, and you know, and these are the type of places you're gonna find people like this: school, college, the gym, the library. Because think about it, all those places are all people that are trying to improve their life. You can't be around somebody that ain't trying to improve their life. I keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I meet people, you might not even really be a bad person, but if I just feel like you're not trying to improve your life and you're not really trying to take your shit to the next level, it's like, what like we can't really, like, there's nothing to really talk about seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never try to make somebody my friend or really try to network with somebody if I know that they're not really if number one, if they're not in a better position than me, if they can't teach me nothing, or if they're just not trying to better themselves, period. You at least have to be trying to better yourself. You know, I can't just be fucking with people that just ain't doing nothing. That don't make no damn sense, and it's not gonna help me change my life. So find goal-oriented friends. These are the type of people gonna be in college. They have a degree they're trying to get, and they don't have to be in college. They might be in a trade school. They might be just focused on their purpose. They might not be in school at all, but I'm just saying they have goals, and they're like, you could tell that they're working to get to their goals. They're not bullshitting around just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're not toxic people too. They're also people that encourage you. You know, they're people that these type of people bounce ideas off of each other. They don't gossip about people. You know, you guys talk ideas. You guys encourage each other. These type of people make you feel good about yourself. If you hanging out with people and they don't make you feel good about yourself and testing you and shit like that, why are you hanging out with people like that? That don't make sense. Another thing, you gotta move cities or move to a city. This shit ain't gonna this shit ain't gonna work if you're gonna stay stuck in your hometown around a bunch of toxic ass motherfuckers and you just sitting around a whole bunch of toxicity, right? In a big ass bubble of toxic people everywhere. That's why I say, and this is one of the most important thing. All this shit is important. You literally have to take yourself and move somewhere else. Yes, that means you need to stop buying a bunch of dumb shit that you really don't need. Clothes and shit to impress bitches and impress people and dudes or whatever you're trying to impress. Stop trying to impress people. Go get a job, save some money up, and move to a city. Why do I say move to a city? Because remember, you're trying to change your life for the better. You're not gonna... I'm gonna tell you right now, little towns and shit like that, that shit's over with. You're not gonna improve your life in a little town. Because you can only really make so much connections, and you can only really do so much in a tiny town. You need to go to a big city. Miami's, LA's, New York's, shit, man, like big cities, Houston, like bigger cities. You know what I'm saying? You need to go to big cities. This shit ain't for you if you're gonna be if you're just gonna stay in your small hometown. I guarantee you are not going to change your life. You're still gonna be using drugs. You're still gonna be hanging out with dumbass people, still trying to impress the same losers around you that ain't doing shit with themselves. Toxic people don't even really like you. Come on now. Stop seeking validation from bad people. Like I just was saying earlier, start looking to seek validation from people that are above you, people that can help you, people that can reach down and lend a ladder, people that can see that you're trying. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to validate dumbass people that just only want you to benefit their lives or some shit. Over with. Find new positive hobbies, because you're replacing the negative ones with positive hobbies. These should be things like going to the gym, getting your body right, going to therapy, getting your mind right. Paint a picture for all I give a fuck. I don't know, like you got to do things that are positive, things that are keeping you away from bad people, bringing you peace, bringing you calmness, passion, something that's going to take up your time, something you actually like doing. And the best part about this is you can look things up and learn about yourself, learn about what you really like. You never know. You might start a business doing some shit. You never know. You never know. You know, if you have the right mindset, you can accomplish something like that. But at the end of the day, find new positive hobbies. Another one. This is a smart one. Another one. Oh my college shit, man. Don't let people. Hey. Damn, they've been quiet this whole time, and now these dogs want to act up and shit. Don't let people trick you out of your position. This is another important one. because on the mission to self-improvement, on the mission to a better life, you're starting to do different things with your life. You're being more positive. You're meeting positive people. You're sharing ideas. People are helping you. Things are changing. You know what I'm saying? You're not with the same dumbass people that you have to worry about or look over your shoulder with, or you know what I mean? Like I say, you're worrying about, and it's not going anywhere. When people start to notice that you're changing your life, they will try, other people and your old people, if they see you or wherever, they will try to trick you out of your position. They'll actually try to trick you out your role. So these will be people that'll try to test you, try to bring you out of character. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just be chilling, and then somebody might say something slick to you one day because they just don't like that you're moving a little better than them, a little different than them. You know what I'm saying? I have went through shit like this all my life. I'm trying to do better, and it's somebody trying to bring me down. Somebody trying to bring me back to a level that I was just at, that I'm trying to get away from. I'm trying to better my life. I need to be around better people. That's what that's telling you. That's what that told me. You know, I shouldn't be around people that are making me feel like I'm gonna go back to who I was. You know what I'm saying? That happens so much. So don't let people trick you out your position, and you gotta, it's hard to catch. It's hard to catch, but you just gotta think about it like this, right? When you're moving positive, and you know that you're moving positive, you're not doing drugs, you ain't hanging out with toxic people, and you're, like I said, you're doing things right, you'll know this, right? When you know that, all you gotta think is, because that's when I say people will trick you out your role. You have to know right then and there, oh, this person's trying to trick me out my role. Like, you got to catch it. You got to catch it just like that. Because if you don't catch it and you have a lot of pride, you'll throw it all away. You'll throw it all away. You'll end up beating somebody up. You'll end up doing who knows what you'll end up doing to prove your validation to somebody that don't matter. You get that part? You're proving your validation to a loser. Don't go out like that. Stop proving your validation to losers. You know what I'm saying? This would be the hardest shit ever for like a true gangster to do, right? A real gangster though, right? Somebody shoots at you and them not shooting them back, right? Imagine somebody, a G shoots at another G, right? This G ain't gonna, if he was to not shoot back at this G, like, people would look at him as soft. They look at him as a loser. But, you know, I would look at him as smart. I would look at him as that person is trying to trick him out of his position. He's trying to do better. That's what I would look at it. But a lot of y'all idiot, dumbass people are going to say, oh, he's a lame. He's a goofy. He whoop-de-whoop. You don't got to prove yourself to nobody. You don't got to prove yourself to shit. I don't got to prove myself to you. I don't got to prove myself to my mom. I ain't got to prove shit to my dad. I don't got to prove shit to nobody, especially none of y'all. None of you. None, especially none of you street dudes. Y'all do not scare me. Y'all are not going to bully me. Like, I don't know what y'all think, but you're not doing it to me. You're not doing it to me, and you should be the same way. Don't never let nobody try to make you feel like you got to prove yourself to them. The only person you got to prove yourself to is yourself. Right? Remain humble and remain kind. The reason that this is important into, as far as the topic, stop letting the streets guide you. Remain humble and kind, because when you're not humble and kind and you're crazy and you're trying to fight people, that's still really, you're trying to seek validation. You're trying to show people like, hey, I'm street, I'm tough, I can handle myself. You're not going to play with me. That's not the mentality you should have. That is, if you're trying to change your life, you shouldn't have that mentality. You shouldn't, because really that type of shit brings problems. And If you're trying to change your life for the better, you don't want problems. That's just self-explanatory right there. So, and that's the last thing actually on my list, is keep a positive mindset. You can't have a positive mindset if you're thinking, oh, everybody trying to play with me, I gotta have this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's still keeping a street mentality. You got to have a positive mentality. Be humble, be kind, be happy. Try to be, at least. Have a positive mindset. The same mindset. That's the last on the list, right? So it's going to cut off toxic friends. You need to move. Stop all street activity. Quit drugs. Find your purpose / change your life. Find goal-oriented friends. Move to a city. When you move, needs to be a city. Stop seeking validation from toxic, bad people. Find new positive hobbies. Don't let people trick you. Motherfuckers want to trick you out your role because they see you doing well. Don't let it. Don't go for it. Remain humble, kind, and have a positive mindset at all times. That is the recipe to stop it, for the streets to get the chains off you. That is the recipe from you to go right now from the streets to a changed person. You could go just like that. Start thinking about the right things. You live in a tiny town, first thing you need to do is focus on getting some money to leave. Go rent an apartment in a big city. The biggest city closest to you, go rent an apartment there. And then go to a bigger city, a major city, where you can really meet people and network and get a better life going. If you're doing drugs right now, you need to go to rehab for real. And be serious, and you need to want to get off. You can't do it if you don't want to. This is the recipe to getting out of the streets. This is the recipe that I ate, that I cooked. This is the one that I have accepted, and this is what I've done. I've done every one of these things. Only thing I really got to do now is find more goal-oriented friends and network. But other than that, and I'm learning to do that too. But other than that, this is what's going to help you. Follow me on Instagram, my new Instagram, _Billy the Boy. It's only been a month or 2 months that I've had it. Less than 2 months. Get me up, turn me up. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree. I don't care what it is. Tell me what it is. If you have a question, I'll answer it for free. Hit me on my email, artsofdating@gmail.com, artsofdating.com, @gmail.com. If you want a one-on-one FaceTime session with me, I do 30-minute interval sessions, $100 sessions. Send me 1 to 3 paragraphs of your personal issue that you got going on. Usually people will send me this relationship stuff. That's fine. Send that to me. I will respond to it, as a first come basis type of deal. Like I said, $100 30-minute interval sessions. As far as the free, I can answer your question for free. Just send it to my email and I'll answer it here on YouTube if I see a reoccurring question. Otherwise, I like to just kind of shoot you a quick little. If you send me like a paragraph, what's going on, and it's not really too much where I have to go into detail with it. I'll just shoot you a quick little paragraph back of what I think you should do. But if you need more in-depth help, then we could go into the FaceTime calls and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times you don't really need to do that if you're just asking me like a quick question or something. You know what I mean? This is more for the people that have a situation they're trying to bring to me, type of deal. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Y'all been tapping in with me and at least in my emails. Some of y'all just been telling me to keep going, that you like what I got going. So I'm gonna keep going. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help. Salute.